Well, Bev, we'll just start with just getting your thoughts on tomorrow's matchup and what you've seen from training this week.
Yeah, obviously, last match we felt we did a fantastic job in our structures and felt like we, worked hard on the things that we spoke about and worked on during the Summer Cup and the TWC. And to get a result for that first game back just allows you to gain some momentum. And so for us coming into this week was very focused on what the 4-day lead-in looked like for us, what we feel we can continue to do, but what we feel we can do against the specific team. And I think for us, it's just riding that momentum piece from last week, and continuing to build off and continuing to show that obviously the last half of the season, it's a big push, isn't it? So we're excited. We're excited to be back at home. Obviously last week, just being at home, having the home crowd, having that no travel, these types of things, being in your routine from an eating perspective, from a training perspective on your pitch, it's a massive advantage in that sense. So just trying to ride the momentum and continue to be who we know we can be and get a result on the weekend.
It's always, great to have a win and, keep coming up with that momentum. But that was a team with some players that were on a international stage. What does it do for confidence, just knowing that, that it was such a dominant performance?
Yeah, and I think there always has to be a part of the mentality where, what we're doing well, we're describing and speaking about, but we're also pushing each other at the same time. So it's that fine balance of not too big from a celebration standpoint, but like recognition of, yes, this is what we've been asking for. The execution has been on point. And so I think for us, it's just a fine balance of that, letting the momentum come, but also still challenging and getting after it, so that the group stays in a good headspace. But yeah, I think it's been a fantastic lead in this week. We feel very confident in our trainings this week, and just excited for the weekend.
What are going to be the focuses going into this weekend?
Yeah, I think for us, it's always about our identity and our shapes, but it's also about how we feel we can expose them and what those tiny nuances are in our game plan, from a game plan perspective, that we feel we can expose them in their shapes. And then obviously from a pressing perspective, what we can prevent, and how we can quickly counter.
So you played Brain already once this season.
Yes.
But A, it was early.
Yes.
Long time ago. B, you were down a player
Yes.
for since about the 5th minute.
Yes, correct.
And C, they no longer have one of their top attacking threats that is now here.
Yes.
How much can you take away from that previous matchup against them for this weekend?
Yeah, and I think that game, reflecting back on that game, the mentality from the group and the group's ability to obviously get a result out of that match was fantastic. I think that was really a big turning point for us from a mentality perspective of really finding ways to prevent as much as possible being down one player, but also finding ways to create and stay in the match. And I think that was a big turning point for us mentality wise. So I think using that, and the reflection of that match, and obviously coming into this game and having someone like Beth up front, I think it's a massive opportunity for us to continue to build relationships as a group and continue to push where we believe we can head.
Last match against Chicago, Balser got around 55 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Janine Becky got, I don't remember exactly, but
Yes.
subbed in late in the second half. How integrated have they gotten a week later? Do you figure they'll feature more this
Yeah,
weekend?
and I think it obviously like takes time to integrate, doesn't it? But I think the group's done a very good job as a staff. We've tried to pull them very early and get them into our systems, just as we have done with Ange, of describing our style very quickly, and diving into those pieces very quickly and the detail of those pieces, but also relying on the group to kind of put an arm around them, and bring them into what the expectations are of the group. And I think the group's done a really good job. They've immersed themselves very quickly. They've gained a lot of respect from the group, and the group's has put their arm around them and has really dove into all the detail with them. And I think it's a shared responsibility, because again, we want to speed up that process as quick as possible with them coming into the group. And I think the players, as much as the staff, are sharing that responsibility.
Balser was pretty obviously brought in to do one main thing, one main job,
Yes.
score goals.
Yes.
What kind of pressure do you think that puts on her as a player, and how do you think she responds to that?
Yeah, I think she's shown that she's a consistent goal scorer in this league, and she's shown that back to back. So she's shown that she can manage that pressure, right? And she's shown that she can do it very consistently, and I think she'll continue to do that.
One more, sorry, I forgot it for a second. Team picked up Lieutenant Kanu's option for next year.
Yes.
Can you talk just anything about that, what she's shown this year that you want to
Yeah.
bring her back?
Yeah, I mean,
Leading goal scorer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously you've seen that she's her ability to score goals. You've seen now kind of in our systems and what we've been pushing for. Her ability to keep it for us, her ability to dribble and drive for us, her ability to serve, her ability to be present back post from any type of overhit services. I think she's just showcased multiple elements of her game, and we're so excited. Absolutely.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right,
Yeah,
thanks,
thank
Bev.
you
I had
guys.
that one and then I lost it.
No,